Hello and welcome to Friday Sports Scene on the eve of the Tennant Scottish Cup final between Dundee United and Rangers. Tonight we're at the two team hotels to sample the pre-match atmosphere.
I'm at the headquarters of Rangers, the Moat House Hotel in Glasgow, on the eve of the day in which they will try to make Scottish football history.
And Dundee United have found a temporary home in East Kilbride. Plenty of fun with Ivan Golac and these lads later on.
Well, Ivan Golac promised success when he took over from Jim McLaren as United's manager last summer. And despite flirting with relegation in the last few weeks, his team are just one game away from being as good as his word. Golac isn't interested in his team's cup final history. He firmly believes they'll win tomorrow, having already beaten Aberdeen, Motherwell and Celtic on the road to Hampden.
When United met Motherwell, a repeat of the '91 final, the Fir Parkers looked set to do it again when Steve Kirk, the man whose goal clinched the cup, returned to haunt the Tangerines. Then enter stage right, the formidable spectre of one of Golac's new boys.
And Brewster's there! It's a brilliant goal for United!
The new signing at his most dynamic, then we glimpsed United at their fluent best.
Playing it early, looking at Brewster again. That's fine play by Brewster.
I'm on a big hand now!
Wait a minute.
You've been a fan of this club long before you even started to play for them. Are even you beginning to believe now you can at last do it?
That's right. I was standing on the terrace in about 4 cup finals and been very disappointed. So hopefully I can change it around, playing and scoring the winning goal.
It took a replay to finish Motherwell off at Fir Park. Another Golac's protégé, gloved and gifted Jaron Nixon, supplying the final ball to Brian Welsh. He's one of 6 first-team players in their early 20s.
The players are all new players, young boys, nothing to fear. We just go out and play with confidence and take it from there.
They play apparently with no inhibitions either.
What about the celebrations? Unusual.
Oh, they're good, eh? Yeah. I've not been practising any for the final, but hopefully I'll have something to celebrate.
Substitute Andy McLaren was definitely celebrating when United beat Airdrie in the quarter-final replay. The quick-thinking 19-year-old scored with only his 2nd touch of the game. Now he's hopeful of clinching a cup final place against Rangers. Once upon a time, he played for the Ibrox team.
I played for the boys' club about under 12s, under 13s. My friends have been giving me a bit of ribbon about that, but well, that was a long time ago.
And they never took you up?
No, I never did. I was lucky I get signed up here. Never looked back.
Quite nice in that case to put one over on Rangers.
Yep, hopefully, yep.
Andy and United nearly didn't make it to the final at all. In the semi against the Dons, they were 2 minutes away from defeat until another Brian Welsh rescue act. And in the replay, Jim McInally fulfilled his own prophecy by scoring the winner.
Here's Brewster. A chance on here, David Bowman!
Everybody always says to me, why does it take so long to put it in? Because it was so easy for me. But just the feeling and wondering about my doing in this position in the first place, you know. Somebody was looking after me that night.
Do you think somebody will be looking after United? Is there a feeling that your name is on the cup?
Aye, there is a feeling. And we just hope we can prove to everybody that we're good enough to win it in a day.
Ivan Golac reckons they're good enough. He cares little for United's sorry cup final record. He's preached the gospel of positive thinking all season, and United's players are starting to believe.
I think Rangers are positive, and I think other players are positive. And for you to compete with them and to beat them on the day, you'll just need to match them. They believe they can win everything, and that's why they win so many trophies. We've got to get to that standard, and I think that's what Ivan's trying to drum into us.
I think it's really important that Rangers don't win the treble again. From outsiders, it looks as though there's only one team up in Scotland, so I think we've got to crush that right away and prove that there's more than one team, that we do have a good league, that we do have good players coming here, and we can attract other players to come and play here as well.
Everybody's been saying, oh, can you burst the Hampden hoodoo? And I think we've hopefully done that in the semi-final, and hopefully we'll do it in the final.
Well, Ivan Golac, you've been brainwashing your players all season. You think they can do it. It appears you've got some converts too.
Well, yes, definitely, because we've got a lot of potential, a lot of young boys, a lot of quality, and what I'm trying to do here is just to make a nice mixture, experience and the youth. We are not far away from, so everybody's enjoying very much, and we're going to do exactly the same tomorrow.
6 losing finals. Do you care anything about that?
No, I know nothing about, to be honest, and I'm sure 80% of the squad we got here never felt anything like just being defeated. We played twice as a unit, in the semi-final at Hampden. We are unbeaten, and that's exactly what we intend to stay.
Are Rangers invincible here?
Well, obviously we are talking about one of the best organised clubs, not only in Britain, I would say in Europe. Ever so well, organised lad with a lot of good players. And it's always great to play against the best, and that's what we like, and that's what we're going to enjoy tomorrow.
You're going to be without Billy McInally. A big loss to you?
Oh yeah, well, Billy had a terrific season, and he meant so much for us. It was a part of our build-up. But in the life, you have to get away with that. And as you know, we never cry. We never just ask anybody to cry with us, because the best 11 going to be on the park tomorrow on duty.
Have you told them yet who's playing?
Yes, in the next 15-20 minutes we'll have a chat, and then we'll know exactly who's playing tomorrow. So obviously preparation will start actually now.
So relaxed, Ivan. Tell us about your movements today.
Well, we had the lovely five-a-side this morning, the young ones against so-called old ones, and obviously, as a typically, the whole season we are down here, the old ones won. I scored only 6 goals, maybe 3, and the crowd would disallow 2 best goals I've scored this morning. So you're gonna be in trouble. Well, then we had a nice, easy, 15-20 minutes in the swimming pool. Some of the boys went for the racing.
Yeah.
Now we are together for a nice, easy meal, have a chat about the game, a few things about tomorrow, and then
well, it
we are
sounds...
back in the business.
Well, I wish I could stay and have some dinner with you, but needs must. I better let you get away. Thanks very much, Ivan.
Pleasure.
Rob.
Well, despite the confidence of Ivan Golac, the bookies still make Rangers favourites for the final, and you can understand why. Their squad is strong, they're going for their 3rd straight Scottish Cup triumph, and most impressive of all, Rangers are hot in pursuit of a record-breaking 2nd successive treble. Rangers got the lot last season, and it's heading the same way this time round. They're just 1 trophy away from a record-breaking clean sweep. Back-to-back trebles, it's never been done.
After we won the treble last year, that was a great achievement, but I think anything less than the treble this year would possibly be a little bit of an anticlimax, especially since it is a historic achievement if we do win 2 trebles. It'll be very, very difficult, but I think everyone will give it their best shot to try and win.
After 10 years without a Scottish Cup win, Rangers are chasing their 3rd success in a row. This season's campaign began with the 4-1 defeat of Dumbarton. Scotland striker Gordon Durie, signed from Tottenham, kept up a scoring run which has surprised even him.
Yeah, as I said, to score 13 goals to the end of the season was a big plus for me, but the amount of service that we get from not only the midfield but the full-backs and that, then you cannot get the chances to score here.
Trevor Stephen was a scorer against Dumbarton as well. No one's enjoyed this cup run more than him, as he strives for the Scottish Cup winners' medal, which has so far eluded him.
It's definitely something that I'm aware of, and I want to try and put that right on Saturday. I've got the majority of other medals that I've competed for, and the Scottish Cup one would be nice to add to my collection.
At Ibrox in the 4th round, 2nd Division Alloa were the opposition. 6-0 they were beaten. Ali McCoist helped himself to a hat-trick. For him it's been an injury-interrupted season, but not exactly unsuccessful.
In terms of injuries, it's been a bit of a blow and it's not been a great season, but we've got a League Cup medal, a League Championship medal and hopefully a Scottish Cup medal, so it's not been too bad a season.
In the quarter-finals, Rangers overcame Hearts. John Brown blasted them in front and Mark Hateley sealed the win.
Far side on his own is Dave McPherson. Well picked out by Durie. That's for Hateley. That's the 2nd!
Player of the Year, Hateley reckons Rangers haven't received the credit they're due this season, having been under a fair bit of pressure.
I think we must remember this year's been very, very difficult for us, coming in on the back of what we achieved last year with the injuries and what have you. And I think going out of the European Cup at such an early stage has made it even more difficult. I mean, it's been less games, but with the European Cup there, it keeps your season going, it keeps the fans going, and at the end of the day, it's the fans that keeps everybody going, and I think that's where our downfall has been this year.
Hateley was again the centre of attention in the semi-final replay against Kilmarnock. His headed equaliser was the most talked about goal of the season. Not that Kilmarnock would concede even now that it was a goal. But the ball was adjudged to have crossed the line, and there was no disputing Hateley's winner.
Chance for Hateley again! No argument this time! Rangers take the lead!
2-1 Rangers and the Ibrox team heading back to Hampden. Their form since they clinched the final place has been, by their standards, disappointing. But the championship was duly won, and their minds are now firmly fixed on a double treble.
When we need a result, we always get it. Hopefully it's the case on Saturday. When we played in the league the last few games, we didn't need the result. The league was over and it's quite hard to get yourself up for it. But the cup final will be totally different.
Well, Walter, Trevor, Stephen talked about his hopes there of winning a Scottish Cup medal at Hampden tomorrow, but I think we can reveal on Friday Sports Scene tonight it's not to be.
No, Trevor will miss the game tomorrow. He's been troubled recently with a groin injury, and in a fitness test this morning he had to miss out. His groin injury still causing him a problem.
What other team news tonight? Will Duncan Ferguson be included in your plans tomorrow, Walter?
Well, he's included in our pool now. With Trevor going out, we'll have to sit down and think what changes we'll make. So Duncan's included in the squad that are here.
Does it worry you that in the eve of the final you haven't got a final team picked yet?
No, not really, because you know, it's like this for most of the season. We have a fair idea who will play at the present moment. It was just waiting for Trevor. David McPherson and Ali Maxwell are back after being out injured in recent weeks. So, you know, we're more or less at full strength. We're long-term injuries, Andy Gorham and John Brown out, and now Trevor joins them.
We watched Ivan Golac in the United camp there. They seemed relaxed, but I have to say yourself, you seem in a relaxed frame of mind. Is this becoming habit-forming, this eve of cup final routine?
No, I think at this stage, you know, you should be relaxed. I think a little bit of tension comes in tomorrow morning, and then in the build-up to the game, you obviously feel a little bit nervous, but just now it's to be relaxed, and we've had a couple of days away, and that's to be enjoyed.
You superstitious about this, Walter?
I think everybody that's involved in sport has certain superstitions, and you just go along with your own build-up to, you know, big matches we have. We'll sit down with the staff tonight and have our dinner tonight, and that's our normal build-up to the games.
We throw about the phrase double treble. You stand at the threshold of making history tomorrow in Scottish football. Does that come into your head, or you just get on with the business?
I think you just go out to try and win the game tomorrow. The bits that are around the edges of that, you know, the treble for a second successive season is something that you don't think about too much. If you manage to do it, then I think you can look back and consider it a task well done. But at the present moment, we just look forward to the game.
For the moment, Walter, thanks very much.
A Rangers win tomorrow without Trevor Stephen, as we've heard, will mean more weightlifting for skipper Richard Gough. The last domestic trophy he didn't have his hands on was the League Cup in 1991. The 32-year-old defender is out of the reckoning at Scotland level, but there are few club players who could match his achievements.
Winning has become a hard habit to break for Richard Gough since he became captain of Rangers. He is well aware of the dynasty which goes before him, though, in that role.
It was a very proud honour, obviously, getting the captaincy in the first place 4 years ago. And, you know, if someone had said then to me that I would lead the club or be involved in a team and as captain of that team, you know, to the success that we've had, you know, I wouldn't have believed them. You know, but Saturday is an important day for us. You know, the chance to make history doesn't come along too often, and we've got to take that chance and definitely go on and win the back-to-back trebles, because I think to do that again, that achievement again, will be very, very difficult.
But now Gough does admit that time could be running out for this all-conquering Rangers squad, at least in terms of glory in Europe.
I would say next year, yes. You know, well, we don't actually know what's going to happen in the close season anyway. But you know, even as early as last year, people were saying that the team will be changing, and I'm sure the manager will sit down in this summer after the cup final, and he will make changes, whether people are leaving or bringing people in. Changes will be made to the team. But that's going to be a great challenge for the manager, I suppose. And but if we can end the season by winning the treble, you know, it's going to be a nice problem for him to have. That's twice in a row that this ageing team of his has managed to pick up all the trophies in Scotland. So what does he do?
Rangers will make history if they win that double treble, but one man reckons they are still not the match of his Ibrox treble sides, or at least one of them. Jock Wallace led the club to a clean sweep of the domestic trophies in 1976 and 1978.
The second treble team, I think, would have given them a right good game if we beat them. I've always said that because I thought that was the best team I ever handled, you know. And their morale and the balance of the team was brilliant. The morale was unbelievable on that team. They were good for us. With 2 good wingers, 2 good full-backs, 2 good strikers, 2 good midfield players, 2 Haji men defenders and 2 good goalkeepers, you know. Big tanks, to sort them out and things like that, you know. But yeah, I think they were just a wee shade. It was a great game. I'd like to see that.
Meanwhile, despite speculation elsewhere to the contrary, the current treble-chasing captain wants to stay at Rangers till his playing days are over.
My contract, you know, with Glasgow Rangers is for another 2 years. And as I said before, there's only one man that, you know, there's only one way I'll leave Rangers is if Walter Smith decides that's the time to do it. You know, it's a natural progression maybe that, like I say, people come in and people will go. And he's the man who's going to make those decisions, no one else.
You'd be quite happy to stay till the end of your playing days?
Yeah, I've got a 2-year contract here and that's it.
Walter, Richard Gough says he wants to stay. There's been speculation about his future. Does he get to stay?
Well, there's been speculation about quite a lot of things surrounding Rangers at the present moment. And Richard says he wants to stay and he will stay. I mean, it's as simple as that. A lot of the speculation surrounding our team at the present moment is that there'll be a lot leaving, but this is no time for anybody to talk about anything like that. I don't think there'll be as much movement as a lot of people consider there will.
But you will go and spend big this summer, won't you?
Well, we've done that in the past close seasons. Rangers have done that over a period of years now, and it's been a successful formula for them, so I don't see any reason why we should change.
You must be thinking you've done all right in this business so far, but there's Jock Wallace telling you that his team in '78 was a bit better. You're old enough to remember that side, Walter. In fact, you must have played against it.
I played against them, but no, it's good that I think, you know, myself, I would obviously consider that my squad were better than that one, but you know, you're obviously a bit biased having been involved so closely with the players over that period.
Do you ever get unhappy about the pressure that's put upon you? People expect miracles because you're manager of Rangers, they expect to spend money. Do you ever get tired of all that?
You get a wee bit tired of people mentioning the money part of it all the time, because when we came to Rangers at first, along with Graham Souness, everybody was telling us that it didn't matter how much money you had, it didn't guarantee success. Then when you get the success, they tell you it's because of your money, and it's basically because the players that you've got in your team go out and are good enough to win the trophies, and ours have been good enough to do that over the past couple of seasons.
For the moment, Walter, thank you.
Thanks.
Back to Dundee United, who of course didn't beat Celtic on the way to the final. Thanks very much for your calls. They will though lean tomorrow on the experience of midfielder Dave Bowman, a scorer but loser on his last cup final appearance. That was 3 seasons ago against Motherwell. For the last few years he's been one of the most easily identified players in Scottish football thanks to his flowing locks. Not anymore though.
I could describe your pants and your shoes from France, but tell me what can be said about that bang on your head. The show is big. I dig your wig.
Dave Bowman's flowing locks are long gone, and the change caught many people by surprise, including one Willie Miller before a league game.
Obviously they get the teams before the game, but when the teams went out, Will had said like that some after the game, and he had actually said to me and Jimmy, he says like, so I was looking, I thought like, who have they got there? Who's playing in midfield for them? And he says, my guy, so I turned around and he says it was you.
Perhaps a change of image will bring a change in cup fortunes. 3 years ago Bowman scored, was man of the match and still lost to Motherwell, but he knows Rangers will make it just as tough this time.
Rangers are very strong. I mean, they've got a great back, great midfield, great forwards. I mean, the midfield, I mean, they've got that much choice they can use in midfield. I mean, everyone's an international player as well. So probably the midfield will be a tough battle in there, and that's what it could boil down to.
Bow is well equipped for a hard midfield scrap. The lean, mean look might just help. He believes a United victory is on the cards, but when it comes to his hair, Dave just can't win.
You get as much stick when it's short as what you do is long.
Never again will we see the flowing locks then?
Oh no, I never say never again. We'll be back.
David Tin Bowman, what can I say? What on earth made you do this?
I've no idea.
I think that's ice down the back. And Dave, I know you want to look your best for the cup final. That's about right. Now, Dave, I know it's going to be a hard midfield battle. You said so there in the piece that we did with you. You're going to miss Billy McInally. The onus is really on you and Jimmy McInally and some of the younger lads, isn't it?
I think the midfield will be hard, but I mean, we'll miss Billy. Billy's been different class for us all season, and to miss somebody like that will be hard in a cup final, but we've just got to all pull together and hopefully pull through and win it.
Now, Jimmy, you've been in 3 losing cup finals. Sorry to bring that up again. How does the build-up to this one compare in terms of its relaxed atmosphere?
It's just been completely different. I think you can see for yourself, the boys are nice and relaxed here. Brilliant location we're at, and everybody just enjoying the occasion.
In terms of the positive thinking, Goss, well, that is the ice coming out from the back. In terms of the positive thinking, how important has Ivan been in terms of psyching you all up?
Well, it's not just something that's been for the final, it's been something every day in training. He's always the same, and it's just, I think it's carried on into the boys' attitude for a lot of the games.
Do you really believe that you can do it? Is there that self-belief here?
Of course there is. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
In terms of the younger lads coming through, you've been there before, you've done it, you've seen what it's like. Any nerves about how they'll cope with it?
No, they just need to cope with it. If they don't cope with it, we won't win the game. I think that's, there's no doubt about that. So on the day, they'll just need to cope with it, and we'll win the game. I'm sure they will cope with it, no doubts about that.
Craig, you've been a United supporter for a long number of years now. It's been as frustrating for you to watch, I would imagine. What's it like on the verge of appearing in a cup final now?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. To be part of this setup, to reach a Scottish Cup final is by any means standards fantastic, and hopefully we can repay these fans that have stayed with us through thick and thin, and give them the cup tomorrow.
You really do owe them something, don't you?
Without a doubt.
In terms of your performances against Rangers this season, can you take a lot, particularly from that 3-0 win at Ibrox?
I think this will be a one-off game, so whatever happened in the past is going out the window for tomorrow's big game at 3 o'clock, and that'll be it. All guns blazing.
You've been at the races today. It really has been a relaxed build-up, I can tell you. Jimmy, did you win?
No.
You didn't win. Oh, there we are. The players are coming in. Oh, thank you very much. You're so nice these days, boys, I have to say. You didn't win anything today.
Jaren cleaned the bookies up today.
Did he? Oh, good lad, Jaren. He's obviously a bit streetwise, this lad. Jaren won today, but are United going to win tomorrow?
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely convinced about it?
Right, totally.
Okay, well, we wish you all the very best. They really are lovely lads, aren't they?
Thank you.
Rob.
Flowers for Hazel, she gets them wherever she goes. It's a big day for everyone involved in the cup final, and that includes the 2 mascots who won the right to lead out their favourite teams in a sports scene competition. 8-year-old Nicola Rubchak from Dundee is the mascot for the Tannadice team. Andrew Gill from Perth, who's 9, will do the job for Rangers.
Part 1 of Andrew Gill's dream came true when favourite pin-up Ali McCoist showed him round the Ibrox trophy room. Part 2 will happen for the 9-year-old tomorrow when he becomes the envy of his pals at Oakbank Primary School in Perth and leads out Rangers at Hampden. And of course there's little doubt who he wants to score the winning goal.
Alistair McCoist.
Alistair McCoist. Is this the first time you've met Alistair McCoist?
Yes.
What do you think?
Just lie, Andrew, just lie.
Why is he your favourite player?
Because he scores lots of goals.
Do you not think he's maybe getting towards the end of his career now, Andrew?
Yes.
You were well ahead there in points, Andrew, you just blew it.
United's mascot Nicola Rubchak got the lie of the land at the new look Tannadice, courtesy of her favourite player Christian Dailly. Mind you, she seemed more nervous about meeting him than about tomorrow's big day at Hampden.
I was nervous because I'd never seen him before. Well, I had seen him, but I'd never met him before, and I was a bit speechless.
She's okay now.
Well, she's certainly lost her nerves now, Christian.
She has.
What do you make of the mascot for Saturday?
Well, I think she's definitely the cutest little mascot I think we've ever had. Hopefully she'll be a lucky one.
After meeting her favourites, Nicola's already enjoyed one special day with the United players. Tomorrow she goes for 2 in a row.
It'll obviously be a great occasion for me, as it will for Nicola. But I just hope we can do the business and keep Nicola happy.
Well, as Nicola and Andrew look forward to a day they'll always remember, here's a chance to win a VIP day out for two at another of football's great occasions, the FA Charity Shield at Wembley on the 14th of August. Courtesy of Scottish Cup Final sponsors Tennent's, the winner will be flown to London, chauffeur-driven to Wembley, treated to a champagne lunch and seated in comfort for Manchester United against Blackburn Rovers. Sounds good? What you have to do is predict who you reckon will be tomorrow's man of the match. When you've made up your mind, phone 0891 11 2233. That's 0891 11 2233. The lines are open now and will stay that way till 4:15 tomorrow afternoon. A quick call lasting about a minute is all that's needed and will cost you about 39 pence. Everyone has his or her own view about how tomorrow's Tennent's Scottish Cup Final will go. We've been seeking out a couple of well-known faces, at least I think it's them, to get their informed opinion on who'll win at Hampden.
Who will win the Scottish Cup? The Scottish Cup? Who will win it? Well, you know, as I say, I go for my take because, you know, as I say, recently Celtic played the Rangers at Ibrox with no fans to cheer them on, so that gives us an insight into what Dundee United have to put up with every week. And of course, up there in United, they've got that lovely new stand, and they call it the Duncan Ferguson Stadium because it's got nothing in the top deck either. But, you know, as I say, Rangers are like a machine, a Rolls Royce or a Hillman Imp or something. And of course, they're chasing that historical double treble for the first time in a row. So I would have to think that my heart says United, but my head says... what was the question again?
Well, tremendous, you know. I think Ivor Golac has been a breath of fresh air in a tongue-in-the-cheek sort of way because, I mean, OK, he talks rubbish, but it's inspirational rubbish, and that for me is the mark of a truly great Scottish manager from Serbia. But then again, at the end of the day, the Rangers players have been scoring regularly and putting the ball in the net too, but to be honest, you'd have to be crazy to try and predict the outcome. So I'll go for a draw.
Walter, was it Tony Roper, was it Alan McCoist? In any case, what could Alan McCoist tell us about Phil? He told us we'd win in Argentina. You in a confident frame of mind?
We always go into the game reasonably confident. We just hope it's a good day and hope that Alan McLeod's verdict's wrong one.
All the best of luck, Walter. Thanks a million.
Well, we've heard from Dennis and Ali. Can I get a prediction out of Ivan Golac? What would you settle for?
Well, I will settle for 3-1. Dundee United 3, Rangers 1.
Likely?
Gonna be.
Okay, well, it's not true that Ivan is actually going to be having a little lesson from Robert Halpern hypnosis tonight.
Well, hopefully that's whetted your appetite for the Cup Final, and that's about it from Friday Sports Day, not just for tonight, but for this season. Tomorrow is the main event. We're on air at 10:40 with a taste of what's to come, and we'll concentrate fully on Dundee United Rangers from 1 o'clock onwards. And if you miss our live and exclusive coverage, then we'll have highlights of the big game. It's Dundee United against Rangers at Hampden at 9:10. Don't miss it, the climax of the Scottish football season, the Tennent's Scottish Cup tomorrow afternoon on Grandstand. From Chick, from Hazel, from me, from the two team headquarters, it's good night.